crystal in the middle and it lights. All right, gang, so here's the transmission.
Perfect.
All right, gang, we back at Hellraiser Performance. You see I got the car here all nice and spaced out on the drag radials, the back not all sunk in, but we finna go ahead and swap this torque converter back out. And today is actually Friday. I'm dropping the car off and I'm gonna pick it back up Monday. They said it should be done, but as you guys can see, they don't do anything but really Dodges out here. We got a lowly Ford over here. I don't know why a Ford out here, but it's there. And this is I guess a supercharged SRT8 wide body here, and they got a couple of Chargers in there and a Dodge Challenger they doing some work on, and it's the owner's car, Chuck's car. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and drop the baby off, and you already know, guys, I'm gonna record everything from the first start up to the test drive. So when I first pick the car up, you guys are gonna be with me to make sure everything's shifting right, because Chuck is 1,000,000% sure that it's the torque converter, because I'm sure it is too, because every other gear shifts perfectly except converter lockup, which is second to third. So we're gonna get that swapped out, put the factory refresh one in, and see what's going on. Ain't nothing really much to talk about. I know this just put a stick in my plans, and it's really been holding up stuff I gotta do, so I want to get this done immediately. You understand me?
3 days later.
What's swinging, gang? So we headed on back to Hellraiser Performance. We dropped the truck off, and Chuck made a decision to open the transmission back up. I didn't ask him to do that. That was out of his own, professional opinion, because he told me, why swap out the torque converter when it's been shifting so violently? Let's make sure nothing happened to the transmission while it was shifting like that with the bad torque converter. So I'm like, okay, that makes sense. I don't want to swap the torque converter back out, get it running right, and then, later on down the road, something's been shifted or something's not working right because the transmission was shifting so violently because of the torque converter. So he said he took it apart, going through it with a fine tooth comb, or however he said it. So we headed down to Hellraiser Performance now so we can get a good look with our own eyes on what's going on with my baby. Because I hated being in the hospital. I hated being under surgery. I got way too much money in this car to even be happy about anything going on right now. So let's get down here to see what's going on. Before we get over to Hellraiser, I want to stop by a good friend of mine's shop. It's called Monster Performance, Monsta. And when I tell you, gang, these boys over here don't play no games. These boys don't play no games. At any given time, he can have $1 million between 2 or 3 cars in the parking lot to get worked on. Literally, $1 million between 2 or 3 cars. That's the type of cars he builds. And he builds them fully. I mean, custom turbo setup, custom titanium exhaust setups. This guy is a monster, just like the shop suggests. So let's go check him out. This entire exhaust header was done here custom, gang. All of this is done custom, in-house. Everything, full engine builds are done custom, in-house. Gorgeous. Gang, I didn't want to stay too long because he extremely busy and I'm all in the way trying to record when they busting ass working. So, but that's only you guys didn't even see the back in the other bays because those are, you know, customer builds, and you know how people is. That's like me. You don't want to be looking up under the anybody wife's skirt. So I'm sure they didn't want their bills on camera. Anything I showed you, that was pretty much okay. But it's some extremely powerful stuff there, gang. I mean, extremely powerful. And like I said, everything is done in-house. They're more geared toward like 1JZ, 2JZs, you know, the Japanese market, JDM market, you know, but they do custom fabrication, and they can do custom fabrication on anything automotive, you know, like turbo inlets, turbo exhaust, custom turbo setups. So I mean, the brown truck that I put on camera, that's one of his buddies' builds. So he's helping a friend out. They don't really do like restorations on American cars and stuff like that. It's pretty much a JDM shop, but you know, they specialize in like Skylines, 2JZ, 1JZ, you know, big turbo stuff, you know, custom turbo setup. That's what they specialize in. So I'm gonna have the link down in the description for all of his info, where the shop is, and how you can contact him. And gang, it's like being in a winter wonderland going in there. So much power on every corner. I mean, you couldn't take your piece of gum out, close your eyes, and throw it without that piece of gum hitting something that's more powerful than what you're driving. So, I mean, it's a crazy shot, man. But yeah, let's get over here to Hellraiser Performance and see what's going on with my baby. So maybe I can take it to Monster Performance next and get some Monster Performance put in it. So here's the transmission. We got it back apart. Like I told you, Chuck wanted to take the whole transmission back apart just to make sure. And all the clutches are great, guys. You see there's no like broken or burnt clutches or anything like that. So the transmission was shifting perfectly fine. So it's definitely pointing towards that torque converter. And we got a brand new, refreshed, rebuilt BMW torque converter going back inside. And everything looks good. This is my transfer case here for the all-wheel drive, and this is some other pieces here. It's just taken apart before it gets hot tanked, because everything is going to get re-hot tanked and stuff like that. You know, trust me, it's what do they call it, something to the madness, you know. So everything's in order. You know, this is what Chuck does. He does transmissions, you know. This is what he does. And like I say, all of the clutches are in great condition, as you can see, you know. And the car is over here. You know, it went up on the lift, got the transmission dropped, and got back off the lift. You know, we're not trying to hold nothing else up that need to be on the lift when the transmission is already out. So the car should be done, I'm thinking, by the end of this week. Today is, I think what's today, Thursday. So, and they're working this whole weekend. They don't even work the weekend, but they're gonna work the weekend just to get me out. So that's good. I really appreciate that, them working on the weekend to fix this problem, even though now we have confirmation that it wasn't their fault anyways. You know, it was the torque converter from a totally different company's fault. But yeah, we got that out. And gang, when I tell you I've been having so much bad luck with this truck, like, I mean, the rear diffuser that I ordered, I mean, look, let me show you the back of the truck, the bottom of the truck. It has no exhaust and no rear diffuser. It's just empty because I took everything off. So that I could put the new carbon fiber rear diffuser on.
Flashback.
Carbon rear diffuser. Gorgeous. Now let me show you why that push button start is inside of that little glass case, because I have a crystal push button start now. Hold on, let me see if I can zoom in with this camera. Yeah, it's crystal now.
End of flashback.
So I didn't know that it was a difference between the X5M and the X6M rear carbon fiber diffuser, and it is. So I lost money shipping it all the way back across the world when, you know, it's not my fault. They sent me the wrong one. So, you know, and just all type of stuff. You know, I sold the pure turbos I had to, for the truck to my brother because I was gonna upgrade to the biggest turbo they make, but I ran into problems with that, you know. So it's just so much going on with the X6M right now that I'm really thinking about just pausing the X6M project and finishing the X5, you know, go ahead and do the upgraded turbo, methanol injection, because it'll be way easier for me to finish the X5 than to do the X6M. So I don't know, guys. Let me know what you think. You know, let me know down in the comments. Should I go ahead and finish the X6M or go ahead and knock the X5 out? You know, because the plans for the X5 is to make it as fast or faster as the X6M was from the factory. And you guys already know that's a 35i. So it's a N55 straight 6 with the, and it's rear wheel drive. It's not even all wheel drive. So yeah, let me know what you guys think I should do about that. But until then, you know, with the X6M, you know, like this my baby, but man, it's causing me way too much headache, gang. You know, like all the plans I had for the turbos not working, and it's just like nothing falling into place correctly with this car. So I might just let it sit on the back burner and just go ahead and knock the X5 out. It's a lot cheaper to knock the X5 out. I don't have to build the engine on the X5. I don't have to build the transmission on the X5, you know, so it's a lot easier for me to go ahead and do that car first and then get back on the X6M. So let me know what you guys think about that.